I'm SB McMillan with K-Pop Pilates and Wellness, and today we're going to do a sliding disc class. It's really going to focus on lower body and core, a lot of core stabilization, upper body stabilization. And really the discs are going to be at your feet the entire class. So if you have a pair of gliding discs, great. These are the fabric ones. The fabric ones work really well on kind of like a wooden floor or a flat surface. Let's say though you're at home and you're like, I don't have that. I don't even have a wooden floor. I'm going to show you some other options that you can use. All right, so let's say all I've got is paper towels, right? You can use paper towels. These will be great on a flat surface as well as washcloths or some sort of towel, right? Something that's going to slide. You can do it on tile surface, but tile surface, just remember, might have a little bumps in there. So let's say you don't have tile, but you have carpeting. You can get some Frisbees, right? Or these are plastic discs or furniture movers, right? So anything that's going to move on that surface. So even if you don't have a flat surface and you have carpeting, you can do this workout. All right, so we just want to give you the options of all that you need. All right, the other thing is you can do it with shoes or you can do it without shoes. All right, so for our kind of Pilates purposes, I'm going to take my shoes off for this one. All right, it actually gives you a little bit more of a challenge. All right, so be cognizant that you can do it with or without shoes. All right, so we're gonna warm up the body a bit. So we gotta get those hips ready. So I'm just gonna put kind of the balls of my feet right into the center. We're gonna be doing a lot of lunging, right? So we wanna get those hips ready. So good, nice upper body posture. Let's just take the right foot and bring it forward and back. And I'm mirroring you, so you're doing your right foot and I'm doing my left. So we'll just do maybe about, 8 of those. So 2 more and then come back, right? And there's a good shift into one leg, bringing the other leg forward and back. I'm keeping my abs drawn in, my shoulders down and back, really good Pilates stance here, just sliding it out and in. And we just want to start to warm up the legs and the hips. Good, and then do one more. And then we want to work out, right? So we're going to push out and back in. And really what we're doing is this is the warm up because these are going to be all the joint actions or the joint movements we're going to be doing with our lower body. Do about 3 more, 2, and 1. Good, and then come back, shift to the other side, pushing out and in. All right, and then be really cognizant of the upper body, right? Keeping the sternum lifted, shoulders down and back, abs drawn in, chin drawn down and in. Try to keep the head and neck in alignment. All right, and then finally we'll go back, pushing back and forth. So we're working hip flexion, hip adduction and abduction, and hip extension. And that's really what you do when you do all the different lunges we'll be performing today. So just warming up a bit. And again, you might have already done maybe some cardio, right? Maybe you took a little walk this morning or this afternoon, whenever you're doing the class here, right? Or take a little bike ride. You can do this as your post-cardio right here. Do about 3 more, 2, and 1. And then let's just put that together, right? A nice little circle back and circle around. Circle back and circle around. And we'll do about 5 of those. So here's 3, 2, and 1. Good. And then come back and do the other side. And that's really nice balance work too. We're starting to really get all the muscles in the legs and the hips and the abs to really warm up. Good. So 2 more and 1 more. Good. All right, so we're gonna do 3 rounds of everything. So our first round is a reverse lunge or a back stepping lunge. So this is where we're going to slide the leg back, keeping the chest really nice and tall, and then draw back in, and we'll repeat that. We're gonna go for 10. So here's 2, really think of the abs working. The leg that's really working on the lunge, right, is the front leg. So my front leg has really got to work. But what's great about using the disc, this is 5 right here, all right, coming back in, is that the back leg, and especially those inner thighs, really have to work on this. Let's do 3 more and come back in. Good. And the depth is up to you, depending on what your knees and your hips say. and then pull it all the way back. And then we'll go for that on the other side. So lowering down. And you're gonna find, right, maybe there's one hip that just is a little more flexible than the other, or maybe you're really gonna start to feel the difference of the strength in your legs. Lowering down and coming back up. Now, again, you might still be warming up. So maybe your depth isn't that deep. All right, and this is 6, coming back in. And I can already feel my heart rate starting to come up, right? Because I'm really working those big muscle groups. Here's 8, good, 9, excellent, and 10. All right, so now we go for the full body integration. I'm gonna turn to the side right here, and you can take that nice Pilates roll down. You can bend your knees, get down to the floor, however it best is, but we like to do a nice little stretch for the body, deep inhale, exhale, really dive down. If you need to bend the knees, maybe you're a little tight, bend the knees, that's just fine. And then we're just gonna walk the hands forward a bit and slide the legs back into our good plank position. So I've got shoulders, elbows, wrists stacked, pull the shoulder blades down, tuck the chin in, really give a little squeeze of the abs and tuck those upper abs in. All right, so we're gonna start with just a basic single knee mountain climber. Now here's the deal. A lot of times people think more is better in this one. So let's say I brought my knee all the way in. I'm actually taking a break in my abs and probably my hips have hiked up a little bit. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm actually looking to just come maybe to about the belly button and then push back because I'm keeping that really good upper body engagement, the ab engagement, and I'm keeping the workload. So we're gonna do 10 on each side. That's 4 each right there. Keep drawing the abs in. 5, 5, good. 6, 6, and I'm getting tired here. 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9. Oh, and we're very happy for 10. Right here. Now, to get ourselves out of this, let's just start to walk the hands in. Really draw the stomach muscles in. And then again, you can soften the knees and slowly rise all the way up. All right, so round 2 is now we're gonna work the frontal plane. So that lateral lunge right here. This is probably the more difficult. A lot of times I'll get people complaining about their knees on this one. So again, think less is more. Maybe this first round you're just doing little. So remember at the beginning of class I had you bring it out and in. Now we're gonna add the squat or the lunge into it. So again, shoulders are down the back, abs are in. Slide the leg out, kind of like an ice skater, and then pull back in. This leg actually stays straight the whole time. So it's the standing leg that's really doing the work. We still want to keep the knees and toes in alignment. There might be a slight turnout of this leg, but try not to turn it out too much. Really focus on lowering down and coming back up. And you can make it look kind of fancy, right? Like an ice skater and add some arms in. Really pull the abs in and draw in. So you should start to feel the quad and the hip really working. That's 6. All right, we're coming up to 7. Let's do 3 more. Down and back up. And I'm already starting to sweat, so I hope you are as well. Right here, we've got 2 more. Lower down and come back. 1 more. Lower down and come back. Good. So now try it on the other side. And again, you're gonna notice maybe you've got a little bit more depth on one side. All right, so are you somebody who leads a lot with your right leg or your left leg? We want to work all planes of motion for the hips, and the hips have a lot of mobility, and we want to keep that. This is 5, good, 6, 7, 8, 9, good, and 10. Excellent. All right, so that worked a lot of the outer hips. This next movement, again, we're going to turn to the side. Feet are still on the gliders. Really, your feet never leave the gliders in this entire workout. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, again, you can roll down. Maybe this time you're getting a little warmer. Hands plant. Again, maybe walk the hands out and then slide the feet back. So we come back to our plank position. This time, we're just going to do an adduction movement. So it's almost like a plank lower body jumping jack. You're just going to open up the legs, come back together. Open, come back, and really pull the abs in. Little squeeze of the glutes. So your upper body has to do a lot of stabilizing here. Your abs are stabilizing, and then you've got your inner thighs really working. Good, let's do 4 more. Out and in, out and in. 2 more, out and in. 1 more, out and in. And again, you can start to walk your hands in towards your feet. And then again, maybe soften the knees and rise all the way back up. Good. All right, so back to round 3. So this is everybody's favorite, is the curtsy lunge. Again, I'll hear again with this one some knee pain going on. You've got to decide the depth of this lunge. All right, so let's say I'm going to take my left leg and I'm going to go at a 45-degree angle. Maybe I just start a little like that and then come back. And bring your hands to your hips, right? And then maybe see, could I go a little deeper and then come back around? The idea is that you are truly coming down into that lunge, pulling it back. There's gonna be some rotation of the hip, but we're really actually trying to keep the upper torso, the body, really facing forward, and then come back around. That's 5. So we're going 5 more. What we're looking for is that the knee is still tracking in alignment with the toes. What you're really gonna start to feel is that standing leg glute doing the work. So this is where we're really getting our buns worth right here. All right, do a couple more, lower down and back up. Good. I think this is 9, and if I gave you an extra, you get an extra chocolate chip. All right, lower down and then come back up. All right, to the other side. So this is, again, maybe you start small, just a little bit, test the waters, come back, especially this first round, right? Maybe I can go a little deeper, come back around. Notice with the hips, does it start to become a little more challenging the deeper we get? Because that's really what we're looking for. Can you feel that standing leg glute really helping? So connect the glutes, connect the abs with this. And really my upper body is not doing much, all right? Although my heart's doing a lot right here. All right, so come about 4 more right there. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Good, and then come back. All right, 1 more round into our plank position. So again, deep breath in, reach up tall. As we exhale, round through the spine, tuck the chin in. Again, it's up to us. Maybe walk forward a bit, and then come back into plank. So let's work through the obliques in this one. So it's kind of like we're doing a curtsy and a plank in a sense. I'm gonna take my back leg and bring it as far out as I can, and then come back, and then I'll do the opposite. There's gonna be some rotation, obviously, through the hips, but really, we're starting to fire up a bit into the obliques here. Now think with your plank, you're still really activating upper back muscles, your lat muscles, the serratus, all that to really support the shoulders. I shouldn't feel a lot of pain in my wrists or my shoulders. I feel a lot of work going into the chest and to the abs. All right, some inner thigh work here as well. That's probably about 5 on each side. So we're going to do that 5 more times on each side and pressing through. I don't know about you, but I'm already sweating a bit, and we're only through round 1. All right, and then going across and through. 2 more on each side. Then you can smile and look at the camera, right there. And then come back, push through. Sometimes it's nice to follow through, get a little bit of rotation into the head and neck. Last one right here, pressing through and back. And again, maybe walking yourself back in, bend the knees here if you need to. Otherwise, maybe you're getting warm enough now, you can slowly roll yourself up. All right, so that's the first round. Honestly, you could stop right there, right? And say, I'm done, I'm warmed up, I've got all that I want. We're gonna continue on with 2 more rounds and add on specifically to the core work. So let's go back to our first lunge, which is the reverse lunge. So I'll take that right leg, I'm coming down and back up. If I wanted to make maybe a little bit more of a challenge, right, I could add my arms up in the air or even out to the side, right, just to give a little bit of upper body challenge. But again, down here is fine, right? Maybe when you want to pray that this is over pretty soon. All right, so come back up. So we've got 5 more. 5. You should be feeling those hips are getting pretty warm now. And give me 3 more. Down and back up. 2 more. Down and back up. 1 more. Good. And come back up. And then we'll switch legs. So lowering down. So you can actually turn this into quite a bit of a cardiovascular exercise by not having a lot of breaks in between. All right, so you can think about that. Lowering down and come back in. Excellent. And we did some with the arms overhead. I think I wore my red chakra shirt today because we're really working through the root chakra here. All right, good. Do 2 more. Lower down and back up. 1 more. Lower down and back up. Good. All right, so we're going to return to the mountain climber and add on to that. So take a deep breath in. Exhale. Roll yourself all the way down. Walk forward. Walk back. Now, originally, right, we said bring the knee into about the belly button and then push back. So you can repeat that. If you want to make this more of a challenge, now we start to do what's known as an alternated. And so I've got time under tension, like I'm truly going up the mountain. And I don't know about you guys, but this one always reminds me of The Price is Right. Remember the little mountain climber? Oh, wee-oh, 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 wee-oh. So that's what I always think about with this one. All right, that should literally be about 20. And then walk yourself back in. All right, so we gotta have fun, right, when we're working hard here. Roll yourself up and then come all the way back. All right, lateral lunges. So those side lunges, that kind of skater, right? So I'm pushing out to the side, coming back up, out and back in. Breathing in and breathing out, right? On that squat or on that lunge, the exertion is the coming back up. We're asking one leg to push our entire body weight back up to a standing position. That was 5, coming back. Again, you deal with the depth that feels best for your body. Some days I might have a little bit more. Right now, really, it's all about good form. That's what we really want. 2 more, lowering down and back up. 1 more, down and back up. And then to the other side, pushing down and back up. So that hip's really going back and up. It's a single leg squat when you think about it. That's what a lunge is. A lunge is really a single leg squat. So that's why nobody likes them, right? Squats are hard enough as it is, and then we ask you to do it on one leg. Good, you've got 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so back to our plank position. You should be feeling your heart rate coming up here, right? We've been doing quite a bit of repetitions. Take a deep breath in, and as we exhale, belly to spine, roll yourself down. Again, bend the knees if you need to. Walk yourself. This time I'm gonna walk myself all the way out. All right, so the second round that we did before was, right, the adduction, out and in. So you can repeat that, or we can start to put the mountain climber together with this. All right, so you're gonna take the right leg and bring it in, out and around. You're gonna give me 5 circles right here. And I'm trying to keep my hips as square as possible. 2 more, but guess what? In Pilates, we switch directions. So now come out, in and around. Out, in and around. Good. Here's 3, 2, and 1. Good. And now we're gonna bring the other leg. Knee in, out and around. And the hardest part here is really trying to keep your body as square as possible and really work through the abs and the hips. 1 more. Good. And then switch directions. Take it out, in and around. Out, in and around. Arms are getting tired here as well. 3, 2, and 1. Good. And then again, I'm going to walk my hands in, scoop the belly in, lots of good core work. I can soften the knees, maybe I need that little stretch, and then rise all the way up. Good. All right, curtsy lunge. Back to it again. So from here, right, I'm gonna take that right leg, and I'm gonna bring it down behind, and then back up. And I'm just gonna repeat that. Lower down and back up. Again, I could add the arms in. Maybe I like the hands though on the hips to try and remind me about keeping shoulders over hips, keeping the upper abs really drawn in. That's another one that's hard for me sometimes to remember, is to really keep knitting through the ribs so the upper abs aren't being lazy. This is 6, and coming around. 7, 8, 9, good, and 10, good. One more time. We're gonna be ready for when the Queen comes to the United States. All right, so here we go. Coming down, lowering down, and back up. 1. And I'll be honest, as you start to get tired, which I am as well, this is where you really want to pay attention to form, because it's really easy to get sloppy and think, oh, I'm just gonna try and get through this as fast as I can. So here's some options. Let's say 10 is just too many, stop at 5, right? Maybe that's just too many repetitions. So maybe you're breaking it down. We got 2 more right here instead of doing 10. 10 is just, there's no magic number to it, right? I just kind of said, let's do 3 sets of 10 of everything today. All right, good. So from here, we have that, we're gonna add on, this is gonna be a little bit more with the oblique work and some upper body work to add in. So take a deep breath in. As we exhale, dive down, pull the stomach muscles in. Always remember the abs are on. We come back again all the way up. So we did that nice little slide through, right? This time I'm gonna slide through and open up into a side plank, right? And then hand plants back down, and then I bring it back to center. I rotate over to the side, and then I can open up into the side plank. Now let's do 5 on each side right here. We have to do 10 on each side. So that was our first round, opening up. So we're getting some nice oblique work in here as well. All right, and then sliding through, opening up. And it should feel really powerful. It should feel really awesome. Now, I didn't mention this, but if you're getting some wrist pain, you can do all of this on your elbows, right? You can do all of this on your forearms. Some of the movements might be a little harder to get maybe the depth, but you'll still get the great benefits of the core. You've got 2 more on each side. Opening up and then come back. So make sure if you're like, oh, the wrists are kind of killing me right here, just remind yourself though too, are you losing the stabilization in the shoulders, right? Are you keeping your shoulder blades on the back, accessing the upper back muscles, the chest, and the abs? If any of those turn off, you're gonna start to feel things in joints. And we don't wanna feel things in joints. We wanna feel it all in muscles. Whew, that one was good. All right, so walk yourself all the way back in, and guess what, folks? We are at round 3. All right, so round 3 means we go back one more time through all the legs, and one more time through all the ab work with a little bit of bells and whistles. All right, so I am sweaty. I hope you are as well. So reverse lunge right here. So we're going down. Pretty warm now, right? You might really be able to get deep into this. Maybe this is where we are gonna really keep the arms overhead the whole time. Draw the chin down and in, shoulders down and back, and really use the front leg, the abs, and the inner thighs to work here. All right, guess that we're almost done with this leg and this one. All right, so you've got 5 more. 4, 3, good, 2 more. Oh, last one. You might want to give the arms a little break and then switch to the other side, lowering down and back up. I once read a really good article that said, do you want to stay out of the nursing home? You need to do lunges. All right, so when you think about it, we want our hips to be mobile, and we want the muscles around the hips to be strong. We're at 6 right there. So think about that. There's actually some really good functional reasons why we're doing this movement. Good. Final 3. And again, if I give you an extra one, counting was not my major. One more, lowering down and come back up. Good. All right, so we're gonna go back to an advancement of the mountain climber. So you're gonna take your arms up, take a deep breath in. As we exhale, round, dive down. So you're getting lots of good standing roll downs in this class as well. All right, so option one, right? Single knee. And remember, you don't come in too tight, right? We don't want you to take a break. You also have your alternating, but what would happen now if I brought them both in at the same time? Try again to really access, it's all core here. So I'm feeling my arms, my chest, my upper abs, my lower abs, and my legs doing a lot of work. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, and one more time this way. Woo, coming in. That feels like a great stretch. Draw the abs in and slowly roll up. All right, one more set of the side lunges, all right, the frontal plane. All right, so from here, pushing out and coming back in. This is round 3. So remember, we gave you an option. Maybe by round 3, you're like, I'm just doing 5, right? So here's 4, and here's 5. If you want to keep going, great. Maybe you take a little bit more of a break through this last round. All right, and really focus through. There's 3 more. 2, good, and 1. And I actually kind of feel like that's 9, so I think we might do one more. All right, woo! All right, that leg's done. All right, so one more, side here. And again, I definitely can feel I've got more range of motion by the time I get to my 3rd, but I might just be a little tired, right? So we want to go off of good form, all right? I'm really keeping high quality movement, good core engagement, good leg and glute engagement. That's really what we're looking for. And I'm going to be super honest with you, your buns will probably be sore the next couple days after doing this, and probably your abs as well. Give me 2 more, good, and 1 more. All right, so the next one that we put together for the abs, this is actually one of my favorites. You're gonna do some leg circles. So you're gonna take a deep breath in, reach up tall. As we exhale, abs in, round through, or bend the knees, whatever you need. Again, let's do 5 in each direction, but we'll see how we feel. So again, good core setup, shoulders, elbows, wrist stacked, tuck the chin in, shoulders on the back, upper abs engaged, squeeze a little bit through the glutes. So I had you do a single leg circle. Check this out. Now you're coming into that knee tuck, opening up and circling around. This is not a huge circle because I want you to really keep your upper body really engaged. All right, that's 4. Here's 5. Now switch directions. So there's that adductor stretch, bend and come in. All right, all right. You've got 3 more. 2, and you can definitely do another round of 5 in each direction if you want. All right, and walk ourselves back in. Oh my goodness. Soften the knees or stretch, whatever feels best, and then bring ourselves all the way up. All right, guess what? Final leg round is curtsy lunges. So here we go. You're gonna take that right leg and you're bringing it down. Again, you might want the hands here, here, or here, and bring it back up. You choose the challenge. Just know this is your last leg exercise. All right, so make it as good as you can. Again, this is 4. We might get to 5 and you say, you know what, this final round, 5 is good, all right? Or maybe you stop somewhere between 5 and 10. All right, just try to even it out. Again, if you do an extra one on one side over the other, it's not the end of the world. All right, 3 more. Good. 2. In Pilates, we're always looking for high quality of movement, right? It's not about numbers. So if you do 4 really, really good ones as opposed to 10 kind of we'd rather have the 4 really good ones. All right, and then finish it out right here. Woo! All right, so definitely your heart rate should have gotten up in all of this. We're really working a lot of muscles from the waist down as we're standing, and then we really work the whole entire body when we're in our plank position. Good. Lowering down and come back up. A couple more. Lowering down and come back up. Curtsy and back up. Final two, and like I said, if I gave you an extra one, you get a gold star. One more. Good. All right, so lunges are done. One more round. So we did that side plank. So I'm going to show you a little variation on this side plank option. You want to really make sure that you're still engaging through the core. It's not a dump, it's a little bit of a kind of lean down. All right, so we're going to take a deep breath in, reach up tall. As we exhale, dive down. Again, walk yourself out into your plank. Option one, right? Once you've set up good plank position, my leg comes through. Option one is to stay here. Option two is to stay here. Now on option three, you're going to come back and you're just going to lower the hip a little and look in the opposite direction. And then pull it up as you bring it back through. All right, so option one slides through. Option two, we open up. Option three, we come maybe just a little bit. Try not to dump into the shoulders and look in the opposite direction and then pull it through. All right, so you choose whatever option you want. I personally like them all, so maybe I do a little bit of a variation. But again, if you like a little bit of that lower, so if you think about it, it's kind of like the snake and twist, or it could even be a little bit of mermaid when you think about it right here as I come through and I do a little bit of that opposite look and then come through. Good. All right, or maybe you just like here, that's fine. You can work with that. Because remember, we're just gonna do 5 on each side, so that was 3. Maybe you are just kind of like, yeah, not real big on that dip down. I'm just gonna stay here and come back. All right, opening up, come back to the center, and then let's finish off. You choose whichever one you want. Right here, opening up, maybe again, just a little bit of a dip, looking through, and then coming back. Last one, coming through, opening up, coming back, maybe a little bit of a dip, smile for the camera, all right, and then come back through. And then finally, really tucking the abs in. Right here, let's give a little bit of a stretch. So you can take the discs away, a little bit of a stretch, maybe even just kind of hang right there, pull the stomach muscles in, all right, and just kind of let the body hang. And then we'll soften the knees and slowly rise up. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale back. Let's stretch just a little bit through the chest and shoulders. So maybe clasp the hands behind, still being cognizant of drawing the abs in, shoulders on back, maybe looking up just a bit. Good, rolling the shoulders out. So I hope that you really felt your legs and your hips, your abs, even your arms. We aren't necessarily moving the arms, but the arms are doing a lot of stabilization. So my hope for you is tomorrow you might feel a little bit through here and through here. And also to remember, less is more. So if you just want to do 1 round of it, that's fine. If you just want to do 5 repetitions instead of 10, that's totally up to you. And then remember too, the different pieces of equipment that you can use. So if you've got carpeting, again, we've got the kind of more plastic, or you can even use just Frisbees. And then any sort of hard surface will be fine with paper towels or with your washcloths. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this class. I hope you got a nice little burn and a nice little sweat. My name is SB McMillan from K-Pop Pilates and Wellness, and have a healthy day.